My dear friend, this is your Dr. Pandit Selvam. Most of the audience they have started asking me different questions, especially on seeing the spiritual videos. Number one, I think everybody has a stigma, that is, how will you go for the self search or soul search? And how will you go for these dedications and devotion and surrender and finding out this truth and what is a good, what is bad? So many things they have in mind. I do agree that they are all doubts because writings to reach a spiritual attainment is not very easy. It's not done overnight. But at the same time, நமக்கு சொல்லக்கூடிய அளவிற்கு சொல்ல முடியும் அப்படின்னா, I can give you a very, first of all, the small example in your family or maybe in your day-to-day works of life. Whatever you do, from the day we born, they want a very beautiful baby. அந்த குரோமோசோன்ஸ்லாம் சரியாக அமைந்து அந்த நம்முடைய ஸ்கேன் பண்ணையிலேயே அந்த குழந்தைக்கினுடைய உருவம், அதனுடைய நடமாட்டம் எல்லாம் சரியாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்று எவ்வளவோ விரும்புகிறோம். They want to have a very perfect baby without having any kind of contradictions. எந்த குறையில்லாமல் இந்த குழந்தை பிறக்கணும் அப்படின்னு everybody has a dream. Similarly, when you are in your life, whether it is going to be your education or way of life or taking any decision, everywhere, very easily I can quote you that when you choose a food, I think you give top priority to get you a total satisfaction. When you buy a cloth or when you buy a jewel or when you buy a gold or when you buy anything, you will always see that whether it gives you satisfaction and spend your time and spend your energy and see that it gives you a complete satisfaction, utility. And even booking a vehicle or buying a vehicle, everything, you work out the different strategies to reach a perfection. And that after the perfection, it will give you maximum utility while using the vehicle or while you consuming the vehicle. So this is how I think we have full of dreams, and again approach that with all your focus, attention, and see that it gives you maximum satisfaction. When you buy a house, then you plan single bedroom or double bedroom or triple bedroom, whether it has a balcony, whether it is which floor it is, whether it is a villa or is apartment or if it is going to be an individual bungalow. You got so much of desire. And again, when you apply for a loan, why should I apply for 20 lakhs, 40 lakhs, 1 crore? So all the calculations is mentally done externally, but now we want to have the inner. You ask inside, inner, what's, you do all things explicitly. What is implicit? That let be done. Still I can go down. See, women really are very good administrators. அதனால தான் சாவித்திரியில் சத்யவான் சாவித்திரியுடைய அந்த எப்பிக்கை ஒரு ஃபைன் டியூன்டு எப்பிக்காக கொண்டு வந்து சாவித்திரிக்கும் அவருக்கு என்ன, சாவித்திரி இஸ் பியூட்டிஃபுல் கேர்ள், இன்டெலெக்சுவல் கேர்ள் அண்ட் ஹைலி போல்டு. அந்த கேர்ளுக்கு மேரேஜ் பண்ணணும் அப்படின்னா அவருடைய அழகையும் அவருடைய அறிவையும் பார்த்தார்கள் தவிர கிட்ட வர முடியல. அவருடைய தகப்பனார்னாலேயும் ஒரு நல்ல ஒரு மணமகனை தேர்வு பண்ண முடியல. அதனால ஈ லெஃப்ட் டு ஹர் சாய்ஸ். ஸோ அப்படி வந்தவர் சத்யவான். சத்யவானுடைய நிலைமை ஒரு அந்த ஹேண்ட்ஸம் சத்யவான், அதை ஷி ஃபெல் இன் லவ் ஆன் சத்யவான். ஆனால் அவங்களுடைய நிலைமைகளுடைய பேக்ரவுண்ட் ஃபேமிலியை பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா அவங்களுடைய ஃபாதர் பிளைண்டு, அவங்க கிங்டம் தொலைச்சிட்டாங்க, விட்டாங்க, ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. ஒரு மர வெட்டியாக இருந்து அவன் தன்னுடைய லைவ்லிஹுட்டை நடத்திட்டு வரான். ஸோ அப்போ அவளுக்கு என்ன இவளை மேரேஜ் பண்ண வேண்டும். ஓகே, இப்போ நாரதர் என்ன சொல்கிறார் அப்படின்னா, இந்த ஆளை மேரேஜ் பண்ணின அப்படின்னா நீ மேரேஜ் ஆகி 1 இயரில் அவன் இறந்துருவான். ஒன்று. இரண்டாவதாக உன்னுடைய மாமனார் கண் தெரியாமல் தான் இருப்பார். அவர்களுக்கு வளம் ஒன்றும் கிடையாது. கம்ப்ளீட்டாக லைவ்லிஹுட்டே ரொம்ப ஒரு கூலி வேலை பார்க்குற மாதிரி இருக்குது. ஸோ இந்த கண்டிஷனோட தான் சாவித்திரி மேரேஜ் பண்ணுறா. பட் அவருடைய டெடிக்கேஷன்ஸ், அவளுடைய டிட்டர்மினேஷன், அவருடைய ஃபெய்த்து, அவருடைய கான்ஃபிடென்ஸ் என்ன இருக்குன்னு அப்படின்னா, கண்டிப்பாக சத்யவான் நல்ல நிலைமைக்கு கொண்டு வர முடியும். மட்டுமல்ல, 1 வருஷத்தில் அவன் இறக்காமல் இருப்பதற்கு யம தர்மராஜாவுடைய சண்டை போட முடியும். அவருக்கு நான் ஆர்கியூ பண்ணுவேன், அவருடைய தர்ம நிலையை நிலைநாட்டுவேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. அந்த ஃபைட்டிங் எந்த மாதிரி பண்ணுறேன்னா, அந்த அளவுக்கு ஃபெய்த்து, சரண்டரிங் அண்ட் அகெயின் இந்த ஹோல் ஹார்மனி எல்லாத்தையும் கொண்டு பண்ணுறா. பண்ணி கடைசியில் யமதர்மராஜனை வெற்றி பெற்று அவருடைய 1 இயருடைய லைஃப் வந்து தொடருது மீண்டும். அதற்கப்புறம் வந்து அவனுடைய கிங்டம் திருப்பி கிடைக்குது, அவனுடைய மாமனாருக்கும் வந்து கண் பார்வை கிடைக்குது. அப்படினால வந்து அந்த சக்தியை வந்து கீழே கொண்டு வந்து, இறை சக்தியை கொண்டு வந்து அந்த யமதர்மராஜனோட உரிமையை பெற்று கண்டிப்பாக இருக்க முடியும். இது வந்து தட் யூ ஹவ் சீன் இன் இஸ் சாவித்ரி எபிக். ஆர்டினரி நீங்கள் ஃபேமிலியில் பாருங்கள், ஒரு லேடி வந்து குக் பண்ணுறாங்க அப்படின்னா அதுக்குள்ளே உள்ள இன்க்ரீடியன்ஸ் எந்தெந்த நாட்டிலேருந்து வருது. பல்ஸ் ஒரு பக்கத்து வருது, டேமரண்ட் ஒரு பக்கம் வருது, டர்மரிக் ஒரு பக்கம் வருது, ரைஸ் ஒரு பக்கம் வருது. இது இல்லாமல் வரக்கூடிய பவுடர்ஸ் வந்து ப்ராசஸ் ஆகுது. ஸோ தெர் ஆர் மெனி திங்ஸ். அவ்வளவையும் என்ன பண்ணுறாங்க, இந்த நல்லது கெட்டது சொல்கிறீங்க இல்லையா. ஸோ ஷீ டசன்ட் கன்சிடர் ஆல் தி வேஸ்ட் ஆர் சம்திங் லைக் தட். பருப்பில் இருந்தால் தோலியை உரிச்சு போடுறாங்க, புளியாக இருந்தால் அது கொட்டையை எடுத்து போடுறாங்க, மஞ்சளில் ஏதாவது மிக்சிங் இருந்தால் தனியாக போட்டுடுறாங்க. ஒரு கீரையை எடுத்தாங்கன்னா அந்த கீரையில் இருக்கக்கூடிய தண்டு மற்ற பூச்சிகள் கெட்டதுகளை எல்லாம் நீக்கக்கூடிய அளவில் நீக்கிறாங்க எல்லாத்தையும். ஸோ ஷீ வில் டேக் ஒன்லி த பாசிட்டிவ், வெரி குட் மெட்டீரியல்ஸ். ஓகே, இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து வென் யூ ஆர் டேக்கிங் த ரைஸ் அலோன் ஆர் பல்ஸ் அலோன், a tamarind alone, a chili alone, you cannot eat it. So it let to be combined together. But combined together, that let to be tastier. And it should be edible. And it should be having a taste. Then I think we can eat. For which, what she has chosen, the combination of the entire thing is harmonized. All joined together or get together, all. Then again, forward. Further, all the things will have to give the quality. It is for my family, for me, for my husband, for my children. So all those things will be in her heart. So her concentration to get a proper lunch or proper breakfast or proper dinner, for which her whole attention, her faith is definitely I can bring a good meal this afternoon. I can have a very good breakfast in the morning. I can get you a very good dinner in the night. And for which she cleans and selects and brings into the force, having a faith and full concentration, and remove all the evils and keep only the good ones. And she work on the project. Then she adds different kind of other ingredients to increase the taste. That is to reach a perfection. So on which she will also ensure that whether this taste is applicable or is it acceptable, or it could be taken by all the members. For which I think she conducts a test and trial. Again and again, trial and trial. Even if anything is not up to the mark, she will go for another attempt to bring out a new trial or alternative trial. Finally, I think she reaches a point where it is edible and acceptable to be served. This is nothing but your complete the synthesis of complete the yoga perfection. And you are surrendering, your concentration, you have got a faith, and you make an attempt, and you leave out the bad one and take up the good one, and again your journey is towards reaching the goal of providing or serving a very good food that is also achieved. Then you are happy that everybody feels that food is good. That is a happiness you have. For the derive the happiness, whether it is explicitly or implicitly, but for which a lady, a housewife, takes so much of her attempt in her soul and to bring very good food, harmonizing so many things and taking the different ingredients, failing which I think you cannot bring out a very ideal food. So this is a lesson which we observe every day, that how things are growing, how things are different, and how it is harmonized, and how it is taken, people processed, and how the wills are groomed out, and how the things are accepted for the best one. Finally, you bring out a thing which is acceptable to all of us, and the person and the housewife, she was engaged in activities, she feels so extreme happiness. That may be for breakfast, lunch or dinner, as a similar exercise for when you apply your inner thought, inner idea, inner feeling, then I think you will reach the feeling of joy and happiness and that the place where you feel that today I have worked to bring out lunch because that is my duty to prepare lunch for the family. Now I have reached my God and able to find the meaning for my existence. That's all. Now again I give you a brief story about Savitri Satyavan, and how she made an attempt to pull her the entire energy to reach a success. So listen this story also. Thanks for listening. Satyavan Savitri is a famous epic, and Sri Aurobindo has brought his work in the title of Savitri, that is made it as a very good poem, very good epic, and reflecting the Indian culture. So let me explain the story behind. Savitri was more dancing and very beautiful than any other woman in the world. So now I think there was a marriage. When it came time for her to be married, see, she had no suitors at all because all the men around her were intimidated by her beauty and sharp mind. So much of intellectual lady she was. Savitri's father washed his hands off the responsibility to get his daughter suitably married. So she was asked to find a husband for herself. Then Savitri found a handsome Satyavan. Finally, she has found, whose father was not only blind, also he lost the entire kingdom. So now Narada, because you hear this character Narada, tells this Savitri, Satyavan will live for only 1 year from the day they get married. So he will die 1 year after this marriage. But I think, this Savitri father felt, okay, even though he is unsuitable husband, Savitri, I think, she has to leave the luxuries of the place to live with Satyavan, because his parents on the edge of the forest, where Satyavan earns a livelihood only from the woodcutting activities. Okay, and the day that Satyavan is supposed to die, the date came and the time also came. Savitri goes with him into the forest. When he is chopping on the wood, he is overcome with the fatigue and falls asleep in Savitri lap. Savitri knows that this is a moment of his death. Then the role of Yamadharma. Yamadharma comes to claim his body and soul. But Savitri refuses to leave her husband and follows the god of death, because she wanted to fight to keep her husband to be with her. So Yamadharma Raja repeatedly tells her, go back each time and take him away from his life. She argues with him, extolling first and virtues of obedience to Dharma and then the company of good people. Eventually, I think, during our discussions, he praises Yamadharma himself. And when Yamadharma was praised, he was, I think, he changed, Yamadharma looked at her intellectual and the way for the argument and the fighting for the husband. So he was a little impressed, not only with her devotion to her husband, but also by her intellectual. Each time she defeats him with one of her arguments, he offers her a boon. Any boon except the return of her husband's life. That's what. That was her motto. Now, Savitri asked that what all the boon, what she wanted to ask was, her father-in-law said to be restored. அவர் கண் பார்வையிலிருந்து தெரியப்பட வேண்டும். Then the kingdom to be returned to him. இழந்த நாடு திருப்பி கிடைக்க வேண்டும். Finally, she asked Yamadharma that she be the mother of How many sons? 100 sons. She be the mother of 100 sons. Yamadharma is happy to grant her that until he realizes that the boon cannot be fulfilled unless Satyavan comes back to life as a husband. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணாங்க? He admits defeat and Satyavan wakes as if from a deep sleep. So we are told to believe that Yamadharma restored Satyavan to life only because Savitri was so devoted and she was willing to follow her husband even into the realism of the date. It was fighting the single wifely virtue more than any other girl that compelled the god of death, that is Yamadharma Raja, to acquiesce into her demand, admitted her demand. So it is clear from the beginning that Savitri is the most unusual woman. She is beautiful, she is learned, she is determined, bold and intelligent. But while all the men around her seemed to pull away from these virtues, Yamadharma Raja recognized and acknowledged Savitri's other special qualities. She defeated him with her the bona fide arguments with a cleverly worded boon. It is her iron will, her intellectual and quick wit that Yamadharma Raja harness when he gives Satyavan back. See, these qualities are not predicted on her beginning or in the being married to Satyavan. Yamadharma Raja obviously sees Savitri is more than just a wife. So from which you can learn a lot of things. Her faith, obedience, confidence, determination, and target towards achieving your goal, and harmony among all those nerves as well as her ideas. So her focus, concentration, everything is towards getting Satyavan back.